Hi, fam. Welcome back. Thank you so much for being patient. For my new viewers, hey, my name is Elle. Welcome. How are you? I have been away for such a long time. The last time I connected with you all was in October of 2016. Today is May 3rd of 2017, and I have been doing so much. I have been purging, integrating, growing, downloading, reading, research, everything you could possibly think of that is super good with regards to spirituality, empowerment, and healing and growth. I have been doing. I have continued my Reiki, and I am now a Kemetic Reiki healer practitioner. Yay! I have been doing so much, and I wanted to make sure that when I came back and started connecting with you all again, that I had real life information that would be able to empower you on all levels of your being. Real tools. I want to provide you with real tools that I have learned and am using so that you too can reap the benefits of what I have learned. So, let me start this whole thing off by telling you that I am a reader. If I could read for a living, I would definitely do that. So, in my time of disconnect, I have been doing a lot of reading as well. And one of the books, and I took some notes, so if you see me looking down, don't mind me. I just want to make sure that I hit the points of the information that I want to give you. So, one of the books that I read is a book of channeled messages from Magenta Pixie. Magenta Pixie is a channel, and she channels a collective group of higher dimensional beings that call themselves the white winged collective consciousness of nine. And the book that Magenta, oh, my puppy's here. That means that, to me, that whenever my puppy comes around and I'm talking about stuff, that means that it's on point. Because, animals are like really in tune with the higher energy. So I know that what I'm saying and the information that I'm providing you is real. So anyway, so Magenta Pixie compiled some of the channeled messages that she received from the collective, and she compiled them in a book, and the name of the book is Masters of the Matrix: Becoming an Architect of Your Reality and Activating the Original Human Template. Now, the book had a lot of great information, but what resonated with me the most was the information about a process that they spoke about called emotional integration. Now, I knew that there was such thing as this, but I didn't know that it had a specific name. But I will give you all of the information, because ever since I have been, actually, before I even read the book, I was kind of sort of doing this emotional integration, but didn't really realize that that's what I was doing. And I started doing it because I got to a point in my journey where I was just fed up, and I was like, I'm just going to surrender, and I'm going to sit with myself to figure out what is going on. So, and then I read the book and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is what it's about. So let me just share all of this information with you anyway. Emotional integration is a process in which we are able to actively and consciously work with, feel, and observe our emotions so that we can have a better understanding of how they play, what roles they play in our lives and in the way that we interact with others, so that we are able to use the knowledge that we receive from our emotions to help us to heal and become more enlightened beings. And emotional integration is it's really best to use this tool when you are feeling the intense emotions. And these emotions are like sorrow, depression, anger, fear, anxiety, all emotions on that type of wavelength. That when you're starting to feel those emotions, this is the best time to use this tool of emotional integration. So let's just say, for instance, you are working on a project on your computer, and you've been working on this project for quite some time, and you're almost done with the project. You finish doing your work on the project one day, and the next day you go back to your computer so you could finish it up. You've gotten to the point in this project whereby you love absolutely everything about it. There's not one thing you can change. You just have to add one more piece to this project on your computer. So you go back to your computer, you're adding the piece onto this project, and your computer shuts off on you. You think to yourself, there's no big deal because my computer does an autosave. My computer automatically backs up the files, and my computer, it it saves all of the information, whether or not I hit the save button. So you don't think too much of it. You turn the computer back on. You go to search for your project, and you cannot find your project anywhere on your computer. At this point, you're starting to feel like you're in the twilight zone, and you're having this like tunnel vision mixed in with anxiety and fear, and you're like, okay, this is not happening to me. You continue to search on your computer for your program, and you seriously, you really can't find it. And now you are pissed because you have been working so long on this project. You got it down to the point where you absolutely love it, and you're ready to like release it into the world, and it's gone. Your normal reaction would be to scream, to holler, to want to bash the computer screen in, to want to break the keyboard, to just want to throw things, to run around and cry, just like go crazy because you are freaking pissed. You're pissed. And this is the perfect time to use the tool of emotional integration. Now, with emotional integration, there are 4 steps that we use. We'll use the step of acknowledging what it is that you're feeling, analyzing what it is that you're feeling, showing gratitude to what you're feeling, and integrating what you're feeling. The acknowledgement step of emotional integration is the step where you're feeling pissed because you can't find your program, you can't find your project. Not only is it that you can't find it, it just doesn't exist on your computer anymore. So you are just totally and completely pissed. You acknowledge that you're pissed. You think to yourself, okay, what does piss look like? Does it look like an orangish reddish ball that's just destroying everything? Does it look like a big giant monster that's just like stomping on everything? What does pissed look like to you? This is part of the acknowledgement step. You sit down with yourself and you admit to yourself what emotion it is that you're feeling, and you could take it a step further and put a picture to the emotion, put a color to the emotion. If you're into using archetypes, you could attach an archetype to this emotion that you're feeling. But it's very important to go through this first step of acknowledging that you're feeling something, because if you don't acknowledge that you feel something, then more than likely you will bury it, and it'll come back up at some other point in your life with some other situation that you're experiencing, whether it be by yourself with your computer, your interaction with somebody else, whether you know them or not. Or, oh, see, my computer is messing up on me now too, right? Or you'll get to a point whereby it's like you'll really have no control, and you'll start just reacting to everything in a pissed type of way or any type of way when it comes to your intense, deep emotions. So acknowledging what you are feeling to yourself is very important, whether or not you assign an archetype, color, picture, animation to it. Just as long as you are able to sit with yourself without reacting and say, I'm pissed, you've made it through the first step of emotional integration. Now, the second step of emotional integration is the analysis. The analysis is where you take certain steps to try to understand and discover why it is that you feel this emotion that you're feeling. Oh, and I'm sorry that you hear the dog outside barking. That is not my dog. That is some other dog. I think I'm going to send the dog love right now because that dog barks so much. But anyway, to get back on point. During the analysis step of emotional integration, you can meditate on why it is that you're feeling this. You can pray about it. You can talk to your guides. You can write about it. You could sing about it. Anything that you can do, anything with regards to opening yourself up as to figuring out why do you feel this. Now, during this step, you may come to a realization that you don't know why you're feeling this. And this is fine too. If you don't know why you're feeling the emotion that you're feeling, just give yourself some more time in this step. It might take a couple of minutes. It might take a couple of days. It might even take a couple of months because of how intense this emotion is and the different layers that are involved in this emotion. You might sit with yourself and say, I'm feeling this emotion because a few years ago when I was in school, I was doing this project on my computer and basically the same thing happened to me and I failed the class. And I'm feeling this emotion of being pissed because I was pissed at myself back then because the same thing or something similar happened and I failed. And that made me pissed. During the analysis step, you may realize that there's more than one reason why you may be feeling this emotion, and that is fine too. The more reasons you may come up with will show you the depth of the emotion and how it has affected you all throughout your life. And that is a really, really good thing because we're all layers. There's all layers that you can peel back for all of us with regards to all emotions that we feel. So that's really, really good. But it's also important to sit down and analyze it in whichever way comes most natural to you. If you're not a writer, don't write about it. Don't force yourself to go through this step and do things that are not natural to you. If you want to take a woosah moment, guess what? Your woosah moment is a form of analyzing because it clears you out so that you can be open to the reasons coming up, the memories coming up, the information coming up and out of you as to why you may be feeling this emotion. And the reasons that come up will come up to you so that you will be able to identify what it is that is going on with you. So now that you have done some analyzing as to why you may feel this emotion, and let's just say we analyzed and we realized that this situation is very similar to a situation that we experienced a few years ago when we were in school and we were pissed off because we failed a computer class because our computer shut off on us. and we were not able to complete the assignment. So we realized that we were pissed because of this. And now we can get to the point where we show gratitude towards this emotion. And this step was a step that was very hard for me to do, because when I feel emotions that are more of the lower vibration emotions, like, why would I want to thank that emotion? But then one day I stopped and I thought about it, and I was like, you know what, Elle? You're feeling this emotion for a reason. You're feeling the emotion so that you can really get a better understanding of who you are and how this emotion can help you to grow and heal. Like, if you didn't feel this emotion and you suppressed it, it would just eventually explode. And by that time, there's no room for emotional integration, because it would just be a complete disaster. Like, it would just absolutely be a disaster. So the gratitude step in this emotional integration tool is when you recognize that the emotion is there to show you something about what is happening. And during this step, you are able to say, thank you, pissed emotion, for showing up in my life, for coming to the surface so that I am able to really give myself the opportunity to come to terms with what happened to me in the past. It will really allow you to open up to healing. It will allow you to open up to empowerment. It'll allow you to open up to yourself and being real about your life and what has happened to you, and being able to learn from your experiences and your emotions so that you can move forward in your life and be as successful and empowered as you possibly can. So the gratitude step in the emotional integration is a very important step, and it's kind of sort of a difficult step. Not that all of the other steps weren't difficult, but for me, this step was really, really difficult, because I had to really come to terms with the fact that my not so nice emotions were there to teach me something about myself and to help me. And that they weren't just, something that I didn't have control over. There was something that could actually be my friend. So, with the computer situation, you get to the point and you say, thank you, pissed, for showing up and helping me to see that I didn't fail myself, just because my computer shut down on me in the past, that my computer's shutting down with me now. I'm not a failure. It just so happened that this happened and it was out of my control. And as a result, I wasn't able to complete the project and pass the test. That doesn't necessarily mean that I'm a failure. That doesn't mean that I'm a failure at all. That just means that things happened that I wasn't in control of. And perhaps it happened like that because the universe and source creator and my angels or my ancestors or my higher self was giving me the opportunity to do something bigger and better with this project, something bigger and better with that project in years ago when I was in college, or to find another way of being able to complete whatever it is that I was doing. That doesn't mean that I'm a failure just because I lost the program. It's a blessing. And now I'm opening up to the blessings that are at hand, because I'm showing gratitude to my emotions and the situation that has brought about these emotions. So now we get to the step of integration. And integration is when you actively combine all three of the other steps into one complete full package, and you use the knowledge that you have learned with regards to why it is that you feel, why it is you felt the emotion, um, and the gratitude. And you use that information as you move forward in all of the situations that you face, whereby you are feeling emotions that are not so nice. Let's use another situation. Let's just say you make plans to go out with your friends, and you get the day is there, you confirm with your friends and everything, and then at the last minute, as you're walking into the venue, your friends call you and they're like, I'm not coming. You're like, what? You're not what? I'm here, I'm dressed, like I made all of these plans, I paid for this stuff. What do you mean you're not coming? Again, you're pissed. Hell, I would be pissed too. But instead of being pissed, right, you take that woosah moment, because you're not going to act a fool in front of people that you don't know at a big venue. I seriously doubt you would do that. You take that woosah moment. You go to the bar, you get a drink, you go outside. If you smoke, you have a cigarette. Do whatever it is that you need to do to have your woosah moment. And you say, wait a minute, now I'm pissed. Now my friends aren't coming. That's acknowledgement. Then you think to yourself, but why am I pissed? Is it because they've done this to me before and they've let me down and they've left me someplace and I had the worst time in the world without them because I was just so pissed? And then you think to yourself, but wait a minute. Thank you, pissed, for coming to the surface. Because although that happened in the past, that doesn't have to happen this time. I can actually have a good time without them. Oh my goodness. You just instantly used the tool of emotional integration. And guess what? You were out in public and you used this tool. Oh, what a beautiful, wonderful, blessed thing. So, now that you have this tool, fam, you can use this tool to help empower you in every situation and interaction that you experience within your life, this moment, moving forward. Every interaction that you like, that you experience that may not feel right to you, that doesn't sit well with you, that makes you feel any type of way except for bliss, happiness, joy, and euphoria. Take this tool and use it. Tweak it. Make it your own. Put your foot in it. Make it yours. Make it work for you. Do the steps. Do the acknowledgement. Do the analysis. Do the integration. Do the gratitude. And you don't necessarily have to do it in the steps, in the order that I gave you the information. You can do it in any order that you feel is real for you, because that's what this whole journey is about. It's about getting the tool. So now you have this tool. Make it yours. Make it yours and use it. I guarantee you that once you implement these steps into your daily life, you will see such a big difference, because you will not be emotionally connected to situations that happen to you that would make you feel other than happy. You'll be able to step back from the situations and see how they have presented themselves in your life, so that you can heal and grow and be empowered and be stronger and learn more about yourself, and look at the past and say, thank you for this happening to me, because this happened to me in the past. Now I'm able to move forward with situations that may be similar to this, knowing that it's not like this, but knowing that it came up for my betterment. It came up so that I could learn a lesson about myself. It came up so that I could learn about my emotions and learn how to work with my emotions, and not necessarily act on my emotions as soon as I'm feeling them. Because our emotions are here to teach us a lesson. They're here to show us things. They're here to teach us things. And they are present and they come up to the surface for a reason so that we can learn from them. Yes, there will be times whereby it's like, we're human. There's going to be some times where you can't help but react. However, you have this tool now, so you can use it at your disposal. It's at your disposal to use whenever you feel the need to. So, I'm so happy that I was able to share this information with you because, fam, let me tell you, I have used this tool when I just was like, I was so sad and confused when I used this tool. And this tool has helped me so much. It has helped me to the fact, it has helped me so much that I was able to communicate with someone in such a way that was so profound and heartfelt. I I can't even I don't even know what English or human words I can use to describe it because I implemented emotional integration within my interaction with my interactions with everybody. My The dynamics of my relationships have changed so much. Like I feel free and I feel like I'm able to give of myself without expecting anything in return or without putting any conditions or restraints or bonds on anyone, as well as myself. And that is such a liberating and empowering uh, feeling that it's so liberating and empowering how I feel and what I feel now that I am actively using emotional integration as much as I possibly can in all of the situations that I think that I need to use it in. So I hope that you found this information helpful. I hope that just try it out with any situation that comes up next. See how it works. If it doesn't work with you, then fine. If it resonates with you, that's even better. Um, but I really felt like this information was definitely worth sharing because it has helped me so much, and I hope and pray that it helps you too. So until next time, fam, stay positive, stay blessed, stay grounded, stay focused, and stay in love and light. I love you. I'll check you later.